My dad sent me $200 for Christmas. I really wish I had a sub. I really wish I got gifted a sub. I really wish somebody just gifted me like 3 subs. Man, shut up. Yo, I really wish somebody just gifted me. Another one? Don't get job making and shit. Okay, I get top. Anyway, that's DC. Bruh. Oh, y'all niggas say job making don't work. Shut the fuck up. How you begathon? I guess, bruh. You said I wish I got some dick. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck? Bruh. My dad sent me $200 for Christmas.
He's on here dry begging for subs, dry begging for subscribers. And if you even see here, it says he only has like 12 subs out of 15. And so I'm guessing whatever he streams on or whatever, because it says subs equal no ads. Equal no ads? I don't know. I'm assuming he's saying he needs more subscribers so they can start putting ads on his videos. And so he can ultimately start capitalizing from a monetary standpoint. The caption says dry begging at its finest.
No. Because I got money in my card and I can't send it to my damn self. And I need that to get home. And I don't want to put my other cash up here because mother's going to do some weird shit with that. I'm about to try giving you all my other one. Give you all my other one. I just hope people don't get on no weird ass shit, bro. I'm gonna give you all my other one. I'm gonna work on trying to send this other stuff to myself because this is crazy, man. This is crazy. I got money and I can't even touch it. That shit is beyond me, bro. Beyond me.
I'm peeking through these comments real quick. It's a lot of people saying that she comes on here begging every day just about. They're saying that she begs every day. And I'm not going to say what this other person said. F it. They said that shirt and belt about had it. That's funny.
That shit is beyond me, bro. Beyond me. Beyond me. No, I ain't yet. Man, I haven't ate since this morning.
Oh, they gonna send a comment talking about some. I guess they sent a chat asking, "Have you ate yet?" You don't ask that type of question to a dry beggar. The answer is always going to be no. Just send some money. Yep, send me some money so I can eat or whatever. Listen. Apparently, like I said, I was reviewing these comments, and it appears that she, at the very least, allegedly comes on here and begging a lot. And so it's a lot of people pissed in her comments. Y'all, but let's just get back into it. Before we do, though, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And it's really just a click. So if you're here anyway, you might as well click that like button. And also, if you can hype the video as well.
I haven't ate since this morning, and what I ate this morning was nothing. All I had was an Arizona and 2 honey buns, and 1.5.
An Arizona and 2 honey buns.
No real fruit. Crowd goes, wow, nice camera action, but that's good enough. You trying to be funny. Fake ass mean girl trying to be funny. No, I'm not at the bar.
And maybe some slides, a polo, like some polo slide.
some polo slide. That's what he needs, a polo slide and some polo shorts.
He need that?
It's in here somewhere. I don't
That's
know
what
which
he
one
needs?
is it. It's in here. I need to get my man a polo short and some polo slides, and Malachi some sandals or some all black Crocs.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. If you're on here begging, then you need to get man some Walmart shorts and some Walmart slides. What are you talking about? We making designer brands a necessity now that we have to come online begging, dry begging at that. Talking about I got to get them some polo shorts and some polo slides. So basically, now you've made his outfit designated to only be able to be worn under one context. Because most likely the outfit, I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of them plaid polo outfits. So he's only going to be able to wear all these things together. You need to get some neutral colors, some neutral clothes that he can mix and match with other stuff. Why are you being so specific about what your child needs? Down to the name brand. This is where this has gotten. This is where this begging stuff has gotten. You can come on here and ask for anything. You can be specific. Anything. You could need a TV, which that's not a need, but just for the example, excuse me, you could need a TV. And somebody be like, I have a TV I can donate you. It's a Roku. And they could be like, nah, I need the Samsung. Me and man, we need the Samsung. We don't do Roku. Okay, well, stay with no TV then.
Yeah. Polo slides and some polo shorts. I'm not only begging. I said I need to work on. Baby, get them earwax out your ear so you can hear. I'm not only begging. I said I got to work on, not TikTok.
You begging. Stop it.
And man some slides, a polo.
She had plausible deniability.
The women finna cancel me for this one because I heard y'all out here dry begging. And I mean immediately, soon somebody get your contact information. Sis, is you cool? And before you get ready to tussle, I'm not saying wanting effort is a problem. I'm not saying wanting dates, wanting flowers, wanting romance, wanting consistency. None of that is the problem. The problem becomes when you start to turn dating into like this little silent fundraiser. What is y'all GoFundMe's? It's a big difference between wanting somebody to be intentional with you and using romance as a tool. And I get it. You want to provide it because you feel tired, you feel overwhelmed, you want to help me, you want a partner. You want somebody that's going to add value and kind of take the pressure off. I'm cool with that. I'm jiggy with that. But we just got to be honest with it, though. Because if you really want relief, you going to confuse anybody that got some money. So now you're not even looking for a partner no more.
Right.
And that's where the problem come in at, because now you're not going to have a partner. And that's dangerous because you want somebody to pay your bills, but they're not bringing you no emotional stability, no safety, no character to the relationship. They won't be a natural provider. So yeah, we can argue about it, and I don't even care. Because in your right hand, you're looking for your person, right? But in your left hand, you're looking for what you go benefit from. Man, buddy just go block you and keep moving, sis. So be honest, are you dating to find your person, or you just want your bills paid?
Somebody said you're not getting canceled for spitting the truth. No, that's what they'll try to cancel you for. But here's the thing. Again, we know what y'all want. I mean, it's pretty obvious. We know what y'all want. It's so funny because the main word that's used is provider. Tell me what you're providing, though. What are you providing as well? They just look at it like men are just like desperate to the point to where we'll just take anything and then you just get to come in front of us and just come with all your demands of what you expect us to be. What are you providing as well? Because some of y'all are providing a lot of chaos and actually causing disorder as opposed to bringing peace and order, or at least just being cool in an already peaceful and orderly situation. So listen, we understand what y'all want. Y'all say it every time we look. Y'all are quick to say your expectations. But are you open to the expectations of another person? Because that would be fair. For someone who has so much expectations on another person coming into the situation. And funny enough, none of the expectations typically really have a lot to do with the man's internal characteristic traits or just who the man is in general. Usually it's a lot of things external and things that can correlate back to servitude and how basically they can serve them. And like she said, make your life easier, take a little off your plate, whatever, or take everything off your plate. But are you open to hearing the same thing back as far as what the expectations are of you? I don't see it too much. I don't see it too much.
Femmes, y'all don't be tired of dry begging. Y'all don't be having no shame. So I saw a video, I think it was yesterday, of some stud saying that she was, let me not say stud, masculine presenting woman, saying that
You can't say stud now? You can't say stud? I wouldn't have even known to say that. Masculine presenting woman. You got to say all this now. We went from one syllable to masculine presenting woman. No, ma'am. I'm just gonna say stud. We need to stop getting so policing all these words. Do we understand what communication is for? It's to be able to convey something and you understand what I'm talking about. That's ultimately what communication is designated to be. I'm not finna keep rearranging and changing the way that I classify something because people are choosing to get offended when you know why I'm calling you that and what I mean. Or just what I'm saying. Now you got to say masculine presenting woman. Next thing you know, when you call somebody or their race or whatever, for a black person, you're going to have to say, for me, caramel presenting man. I'm not a black man. I'm a caramel complexion presenting man. Come on, man.
of some stud saying that she was, let me not say stud, masculine presenting woman, saying that she had talked to this girl for like 3 weeks, months ago. They stopped talking, and then the girl started liking like some of her pictures or videos on TikTok, and she hit her up and was like, can I call you? She was like, all right. And then a few minutes into the call, she's like, oh damn, like I don't have enough money for my electric bill. What? Then I got a homegirl that is masculine presenting, and she has been dealing with this femme on and off and has helped pay this girl bills several times, and then over the weekend said that basically she didn't have her rent money. So the masculine presenting person had told her like, all right, so like why don't you pick up some extra hours or whatever, because the girl's a nurse. And she's like, no, I'm just gonna go to sleep.
Uh-oh. Pay attention. Pay attention. So she was dry begging. But ultimately, this is a victim. Because as you can see, she has opportunity to be able to make more money. And even a clear path to do that. Nursing, you can get tons of hours. But watch what happens when a victim basically asks for help in a specific way that they expect, but then you give them the help that they really need to do. It doesn't work. When you try to help a victim who's coming with excuses and the solution is obvious, but it's going to make them uncomfortable, They don't want to hear your solutions. They just want you to solve the problem. Just like that. And I feel like that is the true nature of begging. That's how you see so many people come online. They don't want you to help them and actually solve the root of the problem, which could be, like she just said, you need to work more, or you need to lower your expenses, or ultimately, we need to change something within the logistics of your circumstance. They don't want to hear that. Anything that's going to take away from them or cause them to be uncomfortable, they don't want to hear that. They'll actually even start despising you for you trying to help. They want you to help in the way that they expect you to help.
Some extra hours or whatever because the girl's a nurse, and she's like, no, I'm just gonna go to sleep.
I'm just going to go to sleep.
Y'all really be out here dry begging with no type of ego or pride, and I be so lost in the sauce because why? Who raised y'all to be like that? Who raised y'all to think that dry begging was cute in any type of way? Like, that is so much of a turn on for me. And I love femmes. Okay, I always thought that I was going to marry a femme and be with a femme. Femmes are it for me. I just happen to always attract masculine women. But I could never, ever deal with a dry begging ass man. That's
Huh?
crazy. That's crazy. I would rather eat rocks, mop the ocean, scrub the floor with a Q-tip before I ever ask somebody for something. Like, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
That's a lie. It sound good. It sound good. You're going to revert to your nature. Just like all the rest of them. If you were actually in a situation where you needed to, you would beg. I know. Listen, man, it sound good. Things sound good when it's comfortable.
I get the straps or the wheels to hold you.
But do you got the experience of actually that being true? Maybe you do. But in general, we done seen a lot of people claiming independence and that they don't need this, they don't need that, they don't need a man, blah 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 blah. And then when these federal jobs got cut, when layoffs start happening, when benefits got cut, man, the floodgates then came open. We see people online begging. We see people online complaining. We see people online talking about they're gonna starve, they're gonna be under a bridge, all type of stuff. I don't see very much men, but it's a lot of people with that sentiment. I would never ask for this. I would never need this. I would never need that. But when the reality hits, the cold hard reality hits, it's just not how you programmed. You will absolutely not only beg, but you might be right. Maybe you won't beg because it's already ingrained to you that you'll actually probably feel entitled to help. Whether that's you going and applying for assistance, you would definitely apply for assistance. Whether that's you going to maybe some of these local, trying to get a local grant or something. And by grant, I mean more assistance, housing assistance, whatever, in your locality, whatever, at a nonprofit. Yes, you would. I don't think you would just take the full responsibility. And honestly, you probably wouldn't even take your own advice. And her advice was to work more. In some cases, it's easy to give advice, but what I want to know is, have you been there before? Do you know that what you're really capable of? What have you experienced? You gonna do it. You'll beg.
I'm gonna get this shit done by any means necessary. And then as far as the gas bill, it's not in my name. It's in the person who I'm renting a room from name. But I did refer on some of the things y'all told me, like to call the Salvation Army today, that they might help with the gas bill. So we're gonna see. Hopefully it'll get cut back. And I want y'all to remember that this girl that I'm renting a room from has 6 kids. And she is starting over too recently after being homeless.
Notice. Birds of a feather, you know how they flock. So you got a bunch of kids, most likely. I think I've seen her before. I think she has at least 2 or 3 allegedly. She might have more than that. And your friend has 6 kids. Do you think it's any coincidence why y'all are friends and why y'all are in such proximity with each other? This is why proximity is so important. You literally will be who you hang around. Osmosis is real, and you're absolutely going to acclimate to whatever environment that you subjugate yourself to. And I said subjugate yourself to because that's going to be a choice. You're going to choose who you hang around and who you keep around at the end of the day. You can't say that you're a law-abiding citizen, but yet you hang around people who doing crimes and you don't think you ever going to get caught up in a case. It's just that simple.
I mean, you're just absolutely gorgeous. You're just amazing.
It says, point of view, he starts dry begging for the cat after the date. Really?
I mean, you're just absolutely gorgeous. You're just amazing. But I would just like to let you know, like, I haven't been with no other woman in a long time. You know, I'm just not that type of man. You know, I just haven't had none in a long time. And you're just such a gracious, you know, woman. You deserve everything in life, and I'm willing to give you everything. You feel me? But I ain't had nothing. I mean, you're just absolutely gorgeous.
This is how they listen, fellas. I mean, that is laughable if a brother did that. If it was a dude that said that script to her, because guarantee, I don't think she's making this up. That's very believable. And look, this is what they think. Honestly, that's what I think too. You a joke. Because at a certain point, we just got to understand what's effective. Taking that approach, I'll do anything, man. It's been so long. I don't got no motion. I can't do nothing. And basically, basically what you just told her, yeah, I'm involuntarily celibate. I'm thirsty. I just need it. Since when since when has being in a state of necessity and scarcity ever led to the outcome that you ultimately desire? And then you take a step further and you actually convey that to a woman. And you thought that was going to get you what you was trying to get. People are just sleep out here. Wake up. In what world, using your brain, did you think that was going to work? And that you didn't just think, this is what you got. She came on, she found it so funny. That was such a abnormal, low value thing that you did, that she had to come and tell everybody about it. So learn. Take in the data. That's not what you do. Basically begging. That's basically what this is. You was dry begging. You think that begging is gonna get you?
I've never stopped building.
This dude's gotta beg their own wife. See, let's not go there. This dude that be having to beg their own wife, girlfriend. All right. The caption says a man won't straight up ask you for monetary help, but they will dry beg. It's a manipulation tactic that a lot of people miss.
I've never stopped building a foundation and say, Mama, you can't let me do this.
Actually, they're not gonna do that, but they do be dry begging. Oh, I don't have any money to do this week. You know, it's getting a little bit expensive and I'm drained. You know, I didn't eat yesterday because I had to put this money towards that. they're not gonna straight up beg, but they do be dry begging. Now, here's the thing about the dry begging. Like you said, there's pride. So at the end of the day, if you ever try to be like, remember I did this for you, they can say, I've never asked for your help. So that way, they know you're gonna help by dry begging, right? But if it ever comes down to it and you try to style them, they won't make it be known. Girl, I'm never ask you for your help. And you decide for do this. Me never straight up ask you. But again, they've been dry begging the whole time. They've never
I want to see these comments because it ain't much comments. Somebody said my favorite line is, "Oh, okay." So that's what she would tell the guy if he asked her for money. Janelle said they straight up asked too. Is guys out here asking for money like that to women? It would have to be the type of guys that you're dealing with. Because I'm not going to dispute that. If some of y'all like bums with either an edge or maybe even just genetic attributes that they didn't work for. And here's what I mean. You could just like the way a dude look or whatever. Maybe they tall, whatever it is, but they're a bum. But that's what you're choosing to date. There's plenty of productive dudes that will come out here and they'll actually literally take care of everything whenever you're with them. And even in some of these cases where, you could dry beg them and they'll actually probably send a cash app. There's a lot of dudes like that. So that's what you're choosing. As well as the most obvious, which is a lot of y'all like inmates. And see, that's the bottom line. A lot of you, I've never seen a dude in jail. I done seen dudes in jail struggle with a lot of things, getting a job, staying out of jail, not getting off the porch, procrastination. I've never seen a dude in prison or any of that. I've never seen them struggle with women, even when they're in the cell. So I'm assuming that these are the type of guys that you're talking about, which ultimately is dudes that is not productive, and they're actually the inverse of productive. They're counterproductive. They're messing with other people's production. They stealing, they robbing, they doing this, they doing that. So if you choose to be with a counterproductive dude because you like them for vain reasons and reasons that actually have nothing to do with substance, then I can see how you would be dealing with a dude that would be begging you. And typically people that deal with the worst type of dudes do just that. That's pretty much all they deal with. So that would explain why she has this perspective and this opinion, because that's probably who she deals with, which is ultimately a direct mirror, most likely, back to possibly who you are on the inside, because that's what's reflected back in your options that you mess with. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. Hold on. What the? Wait a second. See? I knew it. I knew it. Hold on, let me see.
If a woman likes to have sex, there's literally nothing wrong with her. When men do it, y'all don't psychoanalyze and try to evaluate. But as soon as a woman does or talk about sex openly, it's, oh, you're addicted to this, you shouldn't be talking about that. Oh, you need a hug. What happened while you're like, bro, I just like getting put through the fucking mattress. The fuck is you talking about?
This is the same woman we just watched. And this is what she came online and said. Didn't I tell you? That's why I started looking. I said, let me just look a little bit. She looks like a perfectly fine woman, but you got to understand what's inside somebody. And that's why I said, I think even when we were watching the other video, she was walking on the treadmill, which is a great habit. You could tell she probably has some good habits, healthy, all that type of stuff. But you still got to really know what's inside somebody, especially when it's reflected back into their worldly outcomes. As far as the type of dude she's dealing with, that she deals with dudes that are begging for money, and she's a perfectly attractive woman. So there's something inside you that's off, that's missing, and we just found it. She came online and said that. What type of dude worth his salt? Here's the thing. If I'm going to start seeing you and we're just now start dating or whatever, and you have a video like this talking about you just love being put through the mattress. Well, I haven't put you through the mattress. So you're reflecting back on past experiences and coming online and saying that. And I see that. I'm like, oh, she just gets put through the mattress. And you come online and say that. And then you expect me to take you seriously. And this is how you come on and represent. That can't be a representation of me or anybody up under me. So this is what I mean. This is why you are dealing with those type of dudes. We'll leave it there for today. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video. Hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I am a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. And hype was designed for small channels, so that's why. But if you come across a video and you don't see the hype button, then it's probably been over 7 days, and hype usually vanishes after 7 days. So it's usually best practice, if you want to hype, to just go ahead and hype while the iron is hot on a newer video. And then also, if you want to become a member of the channel as well, the join button's on the video. And what becoming a member of the DXU family will come with is you would get badges next to your comments, where it will show people that you are a member whenever you leave a comment, as well as you will get early access to content and also exclusive content that's not available for everyone else on YouTube. So again, if you want to become a member, the join button's on the video. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.